just got into the Acropolis. The main entrance over on the west point of the Acropolis is packed for people buying tickets and people with tickets already online. Now, I purchased my tickets online with Get Your Guide already. There was another entrance in the southeast, about a 5-10 minute stroll down from the main entrance, and I literally just walked straight in. There's still a queue for tickets, but the online tickets, you just walk straight in. It's a bit higher to get up to the top. I don't know if you can see how high up it is, but it saves a 35 to 45 minute queue to get in, so definitely worth noting when you come here.
But I mean, the morning tours are the same time that the cruise come.
So that was the Acropolis. The crowds today on a Tuesday morning were crazy. I have been told if you get there early, it's quieter. And I was speaking to a woman who does tours, and she was saying that she wouldn't do, if it was just a tour of the Acropolis and the Acropolis only, not museums, she wouldn't meet someone until about 2 o'clock to start the tour. So later in the day is the time, by the looks of it, that is worthwhile, or get up and get there for 8 o'clock as soon as they open the gates. It's under a lot of construction, so there's a lot of scaffolding, a lot of areas are closed off. It's still beautiful to see, and the view of the city at the very top is unreal. Although, I mean, I was in there for like 2 hours, but I was literally walking around for about 30 minutes. The rest of the time I was just in a queue to walk to the top. So certainly the time that you go, I think, is important, because I think with the fact that there's so much of it under renovation and the crowds, it's not something that I would say is a must. I mean, the views are great, but it's, for me personally, you know, my sister would love it. Obviously, she's an archaeologist, so for her and for people that have that real sort of interest in the history, I would highly recommend, but go early or late. For someone like myself who travels for more of the foods, yeah, it was an experience, but it isn't one that I would say blew me away, unfortunately. And I'm sure when the renovations are finished and all the scaffolding's down and you can kind of walk back through a lot more of it, it would be amazing. Because, you know, when you've got a zoom on your camera from the ground, you can kind of almost see the same amount as you can when you're up there, because you're, like I say, you're not allowed to get within probably 100 feet of it at the moment with all the blocking off for the renovations. So yeah, it's a great piece of history, and it is a wonderful structure, and it's in a wonderful location. But yeah, more for food for me. So, but yeah, let's see. I'm hungry now, so I'm gonna see what I can get. Oh, also, I just stopped at the shop on the way out, because when you walk in, you're not allowed to bring liquids in, you have to throw them away, and then there's nowhere that I saw up there to buy drinks. So as soon as I got down, I was really thirsty, so I stopped and got a bottle of water. A single bottle of water was €4.50. I was buying bottles of pints of cider last night for cheaper than that. So yeah, just worth noting. Yeah, it's scandalous prices. So this was actually the third stop of the day, and it was a place called Stani. They are renowned for being one of the only places left in Athens that still make their own yogurts. So as you can see, it is super thick. There's a little skin on the top. The honey is just really gooey. The walnuts are lightly toasted, adds a crunch. Just absolutely delicious. A lot more funk than you would get from a regular yogurt or even a Greek yogurt in this country. But it is just so creamy, and it is easy eating, and they are just ridiculously friendly. I would highly recommend visiting here when you're in Athens. So the last stop on the trip today was a place called acropolis. These are really famous for doing just one type of pitta, and this is a beef pitta. It's somewhere between a burger and a kebab. Beef mince on the skewer, smashed on the flat top, and then in there was no French fries or anything like that. It was literally just your salad, your meat, some seasonings, but the beef was super juicy, and they had a little bit of the fat from the beef on the pitta they put on top of the cooked skewers just to steam, get some fat through it. So it's really juicy, does not miss the sauce. And there was a lot of people around me here, so I wasn't talking, but again, a highly recommended one.